today we proceed with graph traversal algorithm. So traversing the graph basically means you have to examine all the nodes and vertices of the graph, and there are two popular methods for traversing the graph. The first one is BFS, that is breadth first search, and the second one is called as DFS, that is depth first search. So first I will proceed with BFS algorithm. So BFS algorithm is basically a graph traversal algorithm that starts traversing the graph from root node and explore all the neighboring nodes. Then it selects the nearest node and explore all the unexplored nodes. The algorithm follows the same process for each of the nearest node until it finds the goal. Goal means the destination node. The algorithm of breadth first search is given in the next slide, and the algorithm starts with examining the starting node. So in this case, I have taken an example in which the source node or starting node is A, denoted by capital A. In the next step, the neighbors of nearest node A are explored and process continues. In the further steps, the algorithm explores all the neighbors of all the nodes and ensures that each node is visited exactly once and no node is visited twice. It means, suppose in this example, I have taken a graph in which there are total 7 nodes. And in this graph, I have taken the source node as capital A and the destination node is capital E. This is the destination node E and this is the source node, that is capital A. First, we will see the algorithm steps, and then with the help of an example, I am explaining you the breadth first search algorithm. So first, let's see the algorithm steps. So the steps of the algorithm are given below. These are the steps. First step is set status equal to 1, that is ready state. It means you have to traverse all the nodes of the graph and find the total nodes. Like in this example, how many nodes are there? There are total 7 nodes. So by looking at the graph, we have to set the status 1, that is ready state. It means if at a step a node has to be traversed, then that nodes will be ready to process in that step. Step number 2, enqueue the starting node A, because we have taken here A as the starting node. Enqueue the starting node A and set its status equal to 2, that is the waiting state. Now repeat step 4 and 5 until the queue is empty. In this algorithm, we have taken a 2 queue. First queue is called as Q1 and the second queue is called as Q2. Later in the example, I am explaining that. Next, dequeue a node N from the given graph, process it and set its status equal to 3. 3 means the process state. I have taken 3 numbers, 1, 2 and 3. 1 for ready state, 2 for waiting state and 3 for the process state. Now in next step, enqueue all the neighbors of N that are in ready state and whose status equal to 1, that is set by us earlier, and set their status equal to 2 to the waiting state. And after that, exit and the algorithm terminates. So to explain this algorithm, I am taking the example, and our example is the same graph. So this is the graph that I have taken. So in next slide, I have explained the various steps. So let's look at the graph. Now I proceed with the steps of the graph. So in this graph, our source node is capital A and our destination node is capital E. So it is basically given in the graph that where is the source node and where is the destination node. And after that, you have to perform the breadth first search algorithm. So in this algorithm, there are 2 queues that are used. The first queue is called as Q1 and the second queue is called as Q2. And what does it do? Q1 holds all the nodes that are to be processed. It means Q1 holds the node that are to be processed and Q2 holds the node that are processed, and means after processing, the nodes proceed to Q2 and that are deleted from Q1. So let's take this example. This is the graph. A is the starting node here. So let's proceed. First, we have to add the source node to Q. Which queue? Q1. So in first step, I am adding node A to Q1. And at the start, since there are no nodes to be traversed, so we place null at the Q2. It means Q2 is empty at present at step number 1. So in second step, what we have to do? We have to delete node A from Q1 and traverse all of its neighbor and insert all the neighbors into Q1. So what does it mean? Let's look at the graph. So how many neighbors of A are there? There are 2 neighbors. Since this is the directed graph, one neighbor is B and the second neighbor is D. So there are 2 neighbors B and D. That neighbors are added to this queue because A is deleted from this queue and moved to Q2. So in the next step, the neighbors of A are added to Q1 and node A moves to QB. So this is the second step. Now again, delete from the queue B in Q1. So delete B and insert all the neighbors of B into Q1. So how many neighbors of B are there? The neighbors of B are C and F. So there are 2 neighbors, C and F. So I have added C and F at Q1 and B moves to Q2. So at present, after third step, Q1 has 3 nodes, D, C and F, and Q2 has 2 nodes, A and B. Now next, what we have to do? We have to first take in the node from Q1, search all its neighbor, add it to the Q1 and delete this node from Q1 and proceed it to Q2. So in the next step, delete node D from Q1 and insert all its neighbor. Now let's take how many neighbors of D are there. So node D has how many neighbors? Only one neighbor is there, that is F. So node D has only one neighbor, that is F. And F is already in Q1, so there is no need to insert it again. So what we have to do? We have to remove node D from Q1 and insert it in Q2. So after this step, Q1 has only 2 nodes C and F, and Q2 has nodes A, B and D. Like this. Q1 has only 2 nodes C and F. D moves to Q2 and Q1 have only C and F nodes. So this is the scenario. Now next step is again delete the first node from Q1. The first node is C. So we have to delete C and move it to Q2 and add all the neighbors of C to Q1. So let us see how many neighbors of C are there. So let's proceed to the graph. So this is the graph. So how many neighbors of C are there? E and G. So there are 2 neighbors, E and G. So C is removed and E and G are added and C moves to Q number 2. So this is the step after deleting the node C from Q1. After this, again the next step is again remove the element from Q1 and here the element is F. So remove F from Q1 and add it to Q2 and add all the neighbors of F at Q1. So how many neighbors of F are there? Again, we have to check the graph. So node F has only one neighbor, that is A, and since we have already added A, so there is no need to insert any node at Q1. Simply remove F from Q1 and move it to Q2. So this is the next step. F is added to Q2 and Q1 remains E and G because F is deleted from Q1 and moves to Q2. Now the next step is remove the element from Q1 again. The first element here is E. So remove E from Q1, move it to Q2 and search all the neighbors of E that is to be added. So let's again look at the graph. How many neighbors of E are there? So there are one neighbor only, B. This is the neighbor. So, and since B is already in the queue, so there is no need to add it again. So E moves to Q2 and Q1 have only one node. So whatever be the node we are inserting by searching the neighbor, we have to look into Q1 and 2. If any node is available at Q1 and Q2, then we have no need to insert it again. Now in the next step, since there is only one element in Q1, so delete this node and search all the neighbors of G. So how many neighbors of G are there? G has only one neighbor, that is E. And since we have to add neighbor E into but since E is the neighbor of G, but in the queue we have already added E. So there is no need to add it again, and all the nodes are visited and target node E is encountered into Q2. This node is already present, so there is no need to add. So after this step, our queue will look like this. Q1 is empty since G moved from here to Q2, and this is the order of the traversal for breadth first search. It means for a given graph, if we are going to apply this particular algorithm, and after various steps, when we reach the end of the algorithm, then the traversal order of our algorithm is A, B, D, C, F, E, and G. This is the order of traversal when we are using breadth first search algorithm. So this is the algorithm, breadth first search. So all the procedures are explained in the PDF, and after this lecture, I am sharing this PDF with you so that you can access, and if you have any doubt, then you can ask later. So this is the first algorithm, and the next algorithm is DFS, that is depth first search algorithm. So what does this algorithm do? DFS algorithm starts with the initial node of the graph and then goes to the deeper and deeper. It means it works in the depth manner. It works depth-wise of the graph until we find the goal node or node which has no children. It means it searches in the depth of the graph till it reaches the leaf of the graph. So first, let us see the various steps that are involved in this algorithm. So the steps used in depth first search algorithm are: first, we have to set the status, that is ready state, for each node in the graph G. Then we have to push the starting node A on the stack. Here we are using stack, and in depth first search we are using queue. So first, push the starting node A on the stack and set its status again. We are using here three numbers, 1, 2, and 3. 1 for ready state, 2 for waiting state, and 3 for processed state. Then repeat step 4 and 5 until stack is empty. Pop the top node from the N from the graph, process it, and set its status equal to 3, that is process node. After this, push on the stack all the neighbors of the node N that are in the ready state and set their status as waiting state. After that, the loop ends and the algorithm terminates. So let's take an example and see how each step of this algorithm works. So this is the example in which this is the given graph in which the starting node given is H. So in this graph, the starting node that we are assuming is H, and this is the adjacency list that you are already studied yesterday. So adjacency list means the neighboring nodes of all the nodes. Like for node A, the neighbors are B and D. There are two neighbors, so they are added to the adjacency list since adjacency list contains the neighbors of a particular node. Similarly, we have written all the neighbors of particular node and we call it adjacency list. So either you write this or not. So I'm explaining the algorithm now. So this is the graph and the algorithm works on this graph. So the steps of the algorithm are: first, we have to push the starting node on the stack. So here, since the starting node given is H, so we have to first push H onto the stack So the stack contains the one element, that is H. In the second step, we have to pop the top element of the stack, and since there is only one element, so this is the top element at present. So just print it and push all the neighbors of H onto stack that are in ready state. So after printing H, we have to push the neighbors of H into stack again. So how many neighbors of H are there? So H has only one neighbor, that is A. So A is added to the stack. So again, in the next step, we have to again pop this element, that is the element at the top of the stack. And since the stack has only single element, so only this element will be deleted. And after deleting this element, we have to print A, and we have to push all the neighbors of A onto the stack. So the neighbors of A are B and D. So there are two neighbors, B and D, so that are added to the stack, B and D. Okay. Now after this, again we have to pop the top element of the stack. So since on the stack there are two elements, B and D, so the top value is D. So in the next step, we have to delete the top element, delete D, print its value, and push all the neighbors of D onto the stack. So the neighbors of D are F. There is only one neighbor, that is F. So in the stack, how many elements? There are two elements, since one element is popped. So remaining element is B, and now we are inserting the neighbor, so neighbor is F. So at present the stack has two elements, B and F. The next step again is to pop the top element. So here top element is F. So we have to delete this element, print its value, and again adding all the neighbors of B, all the neighbors of F into this stack. So just look at the graph and see how many neighbors of F are there. So node F is here. So how many neighbors of F are there? Since this is a directed graph, so F has only one neighbor, that is E. Okay. But since we have already inserted A into stack earlier, so there is no need to insert it again. So we skip, we just pop the F and don't insert A because A is already inserted into stack in previous step. So at present the stack has only one element, B. So the next step is to delete the top element, since there is one element. So just delete this element B and add all the neighbors of B onto this stack. So the next step is to delete B, print the value of B, and add the neighbor of B. So let's look at the graph. The neighbor of B are how many neighbors? C and F. So there are two neighbors, C and F. And we have already inserted F again, but C is not inserted. So we are just adding only one value, C. We are inserting F here because F is already inserted previously. So at present, there is only one element again in the stack, that is C. So the next step is to delete the top element, that is C, and insert all the neighbors into this stack. So after deleting C, we have to print the value and inserting all the neighbors of C. So the neighbors of C are H, G, and E. So there are three neighbors, H, G, and E. Out of these three neighbors, we have inserted already some neighbors. H is already inserted because H is that root element. So we have added it previously. So instead of inserting H, E, G, we are only inserting E and G since H is already inserted previously. So at present there are two elements. So the next step is to delete the top element. Top element here is G. So delete G and print the value of G. Now at present the stack has only one value, E. So the next step is to add the neighbors of G. So let's look at the graph. How many neighbors of G are there? G has only one neighbor, that is H, and we have already inserted H in the stack previously. So there is no need to add it again. So only one element remains in the stack, that is E. So the next step is to pop the top element. There is only one top element, that is E. So delete this element, print the value of E, and add the neighbor of E. So how many neighbors of E are there? There is only one neighbor, B, and we have already added B in the previous step. So there is no need to add any element. And now after deleting E, our stack becomes empty since we have traversed each node in the graph at least once. So after all these steps, the sequence in depth first search looks like H, A, D, F, B, C, G, E. And this sequence will look like the elements that we are deleting and printing. Like first we are printing H. So the first element here is H. After H, we are printing the value A. So let's look, the next element is A. Now after A, we are printing D, we are printing F. So after A, the sequence is D and F. And after that, we are printing B value, C and G, B, C and G, and last we are printing E value. So this is the sequence after depth first traversal of the given graph. So these are the sequences that we find after applying the depth first search algorithm. So these are the two basic traversal algorithms that are used in graph algorithms. So I have explained you these two algorithms, and let's look at the slide. After this lecture, I am sharing it in the classroom and you are required to see it and practice while taking any other graph. Just take a look at all these two algorithms. Do some exercise from either from any web page or from some book. If you have any data structure book with you, just take the graph and apply these two algorithms and find the traversal path for both depth first and breadth first search, and then compare if you are able to carry the traversal correctly. So that's all for today. So hope you have understood some basic understandings, and you need to do some proper reading after this lecture so that you are familiar with these two algorithms. So that's all.